think they're thinking of like 50.
Oh, that's good
Nice
size.
size of what
Yeah,
it is there.
yeah,
Yeah. That's cool. They're glad they're doing that.
yeah.
I've
They'll,
never been in there, but
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Somebody's house, and there's all these rooms and everything. 5 fireplaces and yeah.
14.
13 or 14. Yeah. Right across from the park, caddy corner.
Call the meeting to order, city council meeting for Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. First order of business is the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
I move we approve the agenda.
I second it.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Passes. Next order of business is the consent agenda from the minutes from 8/4/2026 and the scheduled claims list.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Passed. Now we come to the order of the public comment section, where the public has the opportunity to come up and address an issue or maybe questions, concerns that they have, or just want to speak to the council. I'm going to open it up for right now. I asked if you come up to the podium, you please state your name and address. Do we have any takers this evening?
I'm just here for preliminary if there's questions on our application. Probably won't be able to answer them, but I will listen to.
Thank you. Since there's no takers, we're going to go ahead and then for the next order of business, move down to special reports or presentations. We do have a proclamation tonight. And before I read this, I would like to ask the two gentlemen that are here tonight, maybe step up to the podium and kind of give us some background and fill some things in for us.
On a deal. I'll do my best. I get fairly emotional about the
It's an emotional topic.
So, but, and again, Mayor, thank you so much for reaching back to me. As I mentioned to you, I walked a little mile in your shoes, but down in Florida, did a couple of times on my local council. So really much appreciate you recognizing what we have asked the council to do on the proclamation is recognize the tragedy that happened in Baldwin City on Sunday morning, August 29th, 1976, where we lost 5 friends and brothers at the Capsig House. Reports and all that, it started in a couch, got to the center of the house and went up, and of course in a house that's 60-something years old, been painted every year with a majority of all kinds of paints. It went up very quickly, but by the grace of God, 22 of us were able to get out, but we did lose 5 friends and brothers. There was an immediate response from the Baldwin City Fire Department. They did an outstanding job in helping people get out and acclimate and find where everybody was. And so overall, we lost those 5 friends and brothers. And on August 29th of this year, on the campus of Baker University, we'll be holding a reception from 10 until 11:30 at the President's House or the Collins House. And then in comfort, you'll be able to go to Rice Auditorium for about an hour and a half program where we'll recognize not only the 5 friends and brothers and celebrate their 50 years, but we'll also talk about the heroes. The heroes of the evening and what allowed us to, within 2 years, rebuild the social part of the house at 1215 8th Street. And was the outpouring of support from the Baker community, the Baldwin City community, the Kansas City, and beyond that allowed us to regroup, put ourselves together. I was in the fire that night and went out a second floor window. So living that and then being able to rebuild and to see where we are 50 years later. I'm going to introduce Dennis Domer because Dennis was tasked to deliver the eulogy within 30 hours of the fire. He was on staff at Baker, so Dennis, please.
Thank you. It was a very difficult time. I was only 32 years old, and suddenly I was to write 5 eulogies for 5 young men who had died in that fire. And he gave me a copy of that eulogy that I wrote. And I'd lived in Baldwin City, at least my address, for all those 50 years I live in the country. So I didn't do anything except acknowledge what had happened to these young men and mourned with the whole group of people. They filled the United Methodist Church. It was packed. You'd never seen so much crying and weeping. And I had to give this to that audience, and it was quite an experience, but I survived. And those young men did not. And to think about what happened to them 50 years later, and I live in the same house that I lived 50 years ago, to imagine what we lost, not just 5 lives, but 5 lives that had tremendous ripple effects in all the lives that would have come from those young men and what they would have done for us in our country. So we really appreciate your acknowledgement of what went on there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that being said, we have a proclamation I'd like to read. It's for the Kappa Sigma resolution from the city of Baldwin City, Kansas. Whereas on August 29, 1976, Baldwin City experienced a tragic Beta Tau Kappa Sigma fraternity house fire. And whereas the city council, on behalf of all residents, extends its deepest condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones affected. And whereas the city honors the courage, compassion, and bravery of the first responders, medical personnel, and community members who helped that day. And whereas the city reaffirms its commitment to a safe, supportive, and united community. And whereas the city of Baldwin City, Kansas honors and remembers the loss suffered by the Beta Tau chapter of the Kappa Sigma fraternity on Sunday, August 29, 1976, when the fraternity and community lost 5 friends and brothers: Mark Morse, Stephen Hogg, David Sloop, Stuart McCoy, and Theodore Ted Bailey. And whereas the city recognizes the lasting impact of this tragedy on Baldwin City, the state of Kansas, and communities across the United States. And whereas many individuals acted heroically that night to help save fraternity members, and the Baldwin City Fire Department provided an outstanding emergency response. And whereas the city also recognizes the dedication of the fraternity's alumni board, national alumni, and many supporters whose generosity helped rebuild the fraternity house and dedicate the new building in May 1978, less than 2 years later. And whereas the Beta Tau chapter of Kappa Sigma fraternity has been part of Baldwin City community since February 1903 and has been located at 1215 8th Street since 1921. And whereas the fraternity has been a valued part of Baker University community, initiating more than 1,750 men and maintaining more than 900 living alumni whose contributions continue to benefit communities worldwide. Now, therefore be it resolved that the City Council of Baldwin City extends heartfelt condolences to all affected by the tragic house fire of August 29, 1976, and honors the alumni who have preserved the names and the spirit of their 5 friends and brothers. Recognizes that on Saturday, August 29, 2026, the fraternity, alumni board, and alumni will hold a remembrance and celebration of life on the Baker University campus, including a welcome reception at Collins House and a memorial service at Rice Auditorium. It's an excellent resolution. If I can, let's just take about 2 seconds of silence to kind of remember this. This is a very monumental event. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, you want to come up? You know, the Greeks say as long as someone has a memory of them, they never die. Yeah, we'd like to get a picture of this.
Everybody's got to get a picture.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, is there a way we can get the council down here?
Would you?
Can we just get the council down? Everybody, please.
Go down.
Down, yes, please, we can. Russ, you want to be in here?
Forgot how tall Scott was when I knew him back. Like, is there a bald spot here? Thank you so much.
Julie, we can't see you.
Oh, Julie, come on. I don't look right. There you go, Julie. Julie, you're the one that rose with these thorns. Come on.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I gotta get one with mine.
Please, thanks.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much. Mayor, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm very pleased that we could do it.
Yeah. We got to mow around. Right. They just redid all those.
Okay, with that little,
Hip checked me.
He told me all the time.
Just blame it on somebody else.
thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it. Nice that we, maybe it's a very tragic incident, but we've remembered it and honored those who passed in that fire. With that being said, we'll move to the next order of business, which is old business. There is none. So we're going to go down to new business, and the first thing on the agenda for that is special event Wellsville First Annual Razor Ranger Run.
I'm just glad you picked the pretty one and not the one that had my
but we have put that together for our community. It is running under my LLC, but it is a nonprofit. We are doing it for the USD 289 school district. All profits from this event will go towards paying our negative school lunch balances for any families that are in that situation. So we extended this out because we have a bullpen on our route. So we just wanted to come and ask for approval.
Good. And your name, please, again?
Sorry, my name is Mystic Maston.
Okay.
So the approval for that, there's two different things. She did send a letter in requesting to waive the $100 application fee because it's a nonprofit. And the second one is because they're going to be side-by-sides, we're asking that they don't have to get their tags for their side-by-sides just to come in for this event.
Good.
So I will also add to that, I have put together a Google Doc for everybody that intends to sign up for it, to go in and just put basic information like how many machines are going to be in their party, how many folks, because all of PD has signed off. I mean, excluding, but most of PD has signed off and we're good to go, but they wanted a rough head count just because there's so much going on. So once I've been waiting for all the finalizations, all the approvals. Once I have all that, that'll go out and circulate, and I'll have a little bit more information on exactly how many people will be involved.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Discussions?
Any rough idea? I mean, is this the first annual or?
So yes, they do a Secret Santa run, and I don't know if Secret Santa of Wellsville has Baldwin on their map or have done anything with that. But for our organization, we will do this every year. This year's USD 289. We don't know what next year's going to be, but it will be. It will be, yeah. We hope that you all come. It's going to be a good time.
Any other questions? And Chief, you're,
Yeah, I was about to say we have.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Mystic actually reached out to me to ask that question, since we did not build into our ordinance recognizing someone else's registration in our city. And for her to do this for a nonprofit for a very, very good reason, and being in our town for about an hour, it didn't make sense for them to all have to register their vehicle here. So it was if they were registered in another city, that's really all that we would be concerned about, making sure it had a proper lighting equipment, safety equipment, that it's got insurance, all of those things that we require. The other cities do too if they have their registration. We just did not build that into our ordinance to accept another city's registration. So this is just kind of a one-time ask. For this time, we could even look at whether or not we want to revise our ordinance at a later date, but to accommodate her event coming up rather quickly, this was the fastest way to do that.
Very good.
And you're comfortable with it, so.
I am, yeah. As long as they've had a registration in another city, that usually satisfies all of our requirements, because we built ours off of the other areas, agencies and what they know.
Did we put a little window in where it's like if you purchase a side by side, you have X amount of days before you have to register it?
I don't actually think we built that into it. We haven't been real strict about that, I'll be honest. If we find one that operates in town that doesn't have one, we pull them over and give them directions on how to come get one.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe that might be a little bit more effective to give like a grace window. You know, like if you buy a new car,
Sure.
you know, your insurance company, you get in a wreck right after. Well, they give you a certain amount of days before you have to, you know, report it to them. I think we do something the same.
Right.
All right. Any further discussion?
Looks something the CDC might need to work on.
Load us up.
And I will also add to that, I've kind of seen some of the stuff with Bullpen, and I don't know Baldwin like that. So if you guys have a recommendation for next year on where we can go, we would love that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
So do I have a motion to approve that special event?
Should we take the opportunity to possibly revisit the language altogether?
I don't think it would hurt. I think we give them this exclusion.
Yeah,
and then
I
turn
think
around
that's
and revisit.
I'm
Yeah.
there, but
Because it's
yeah,
a special event.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't, I mean,
All right, kick it to CDC then. Thought maybe we could resolve it now.
Good luck. Nice try.
All right, I move to approve the special event, Wellsville First Annual Razor Ranger Run.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Passes. The next, thank you, Chief, and what?
We gotta waive the fee.
Oh, do we have to waive the fee? I'm sorry.
You could just put on there that you're waiving the fee
Yeah.
and allowing them to come in without getting our city tag or something.
Okay, so I need to go ahead, do we go ahead and make a motion?
I move we also waive the city fee
Yes.
for the one-time event.
Yep.
Okay. Second?
What's that?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Passed. Next order of business is the appointment of the Douglas County Emergency Management Board. And our chief has agreed to remain on board. Thank you, Chief. Do I have approval for that?
I move we appoint Mike Patrick, Chief, Douglas County Emergency Management Board.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Passes. The next one is the KMGA Board appointment. I understand Russ is going to volunteer a lot for that, along with Jeff Winkler. Winkler, thank you. Couldn't read my own writing. So do we have any conversation, or is that good to go? Have a motion?
I move we approve Russ Harding and Jeff Winkler for the KMGA Board appointment.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The next one is the Common Consumption Special Event, and it's my understanding that deals with the Arts Center, correct? Lumberyard Arts Center.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so this has already gone through under the special or consent agenda and was approved. At that time, so our special event application is not updated, and I was not aware that it was going to be a common consumption area. So because you guys have asked that it go on the regular agenda, I put it back on here to be approved as a common consumption area.
Okay.
And there was 2 events, but it's not for the rehearsal, it's just for the actual event.
Okay.
So that Public Works will need to get the signs out and all that stuff. This will be our first
Yeah.
true try at it.
Conception, yeah.
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 So the application has it to where it's on there?
No, it's the same application. It's just saying that it's going to be a common consumption area.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I have a question about that. So does every event need to have this common consumption if they are having alcohol?
That's how we passed the ordinance, was that it's individually approved.
But do they have to make it a common consumption if they don't want the area?
No,
Yeah.
no,
But you can still have alcohol.
no. You,
You can have alcohol if it's in the Sullivan Square.
right, you can't go out onto the sidewalk
Unless you have the right forms.
unless you decide that your event's gonna be a common consumption event. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because this event
It's
is actually,
confusing.
Yeah, I think once we do it a few times, it'll maybe, hopefully be more comfortable.
And that's on me. I'm new at this.
No, we're working through this, so that's fine. And we knew we're gonna do this, so you're fine.
This is why I wanted to get that first one out of the way back the third Friday at the beginning of the summer. So let's get some practice.
'Cause, yeah, I knew there was some confusion, or understood there was some confusion to it, but it's good we're working through it and kind of figuring it out, so it's
And then
great.
who's the one selling the alcohol? Is it the lumber?
The lumberyard has their liquor license.
Lumberyard
Yeah, I
also.
know they do.
it's the lumberyard
fashion.
And one opted into it.
and the Baldwin City Distillery are both have opted in for this because they're going to have the streets barricaded off between 7th and 8th Street on High Street. If it was just the lumberyard, they already have a catering license. Where if it was just them, it would, and they were going to keep it in the lumberyard, there would be no special event, no common consumption. But even though the barricades are set up between 7th and 8th Street, the common consumption area is truly defined by the ordinance. So there will be people outside of the barricades that could potentially have drinks. Now, they have to have cups that are marked with the logo of where they got it from.
So we'll still put the signs out where they belong, right?
And we will be putting out, Public Works will be putting out the signs at the, entrances to the common consumption areas. So,
But the barricades don't have to go to the entrances.
correct. The barricades doesn't have to go to the entrances. They're just going to barricade off from 7th to 8th on High, but it's going to go all the way down to 5th. There'll be a sign down there at 5th and High that you're entering in the common consumption, as well as a sign saying that you're exiting the common consumption area.
Is everyone good with that? Any other questions, concerns, comments? Do I have a motion to approve it?
A motion to approve the common consumption special event as proposed.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. It passes. Now we come to the council committee reports. Scott?
We did not meet. Last meeting, next meeting is this Friday, 9 a.m., second floor, City Hall.
Thank you. Community development, Corey.
We have not met. We meet this next Monday, not the 31st, it would be the 24th, 4 o'clock, second floor, City Hall. And sounds like we have a couple agenda items.
Thank you. Okay, public safety, Jay.
Yeah, we did meet, I believe, since the last meeting, and we're just still working on the scooter ordinance and e-bike. So that's, we'll be bringing that to you guys hopefully next council meeting, and that's all we really talked about. Our next meeting is actually this Thursday at 9 o'clock on the 30th, or on the 20th, second floor, City Hall,
Thank you.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Public Works, Julie.
Yeah, we met on the 13th. Regrading and adding ditches on First Street next to the police station has been started. Algae in the fountain has been an issue, this causing it to be drained and cleaned more often. There were 3 water leaks that have been worked on this month. Flushing hydrants in West Baldwin, which helps to maintain chlorine residual in the system and helps to keep them functioning properly. There were 104 non-reads this month. And on the Chapel substation, fiber crews have been working to install fiber from the ground vault at First and Dearborn to the substation. Pat's crew continues to make progress on the southeast feeder reconductor from 3rd and Orange to approximately the east end of Baker Stadium. Mid-States has done some work on the switch gear. At that point, they will be done until we get the site energized at the sub. Newton Substation, Mid-States has made temporary repairs to connections on the transformers that were giving incorrect voltage signals on the SCADA. Capacity testing, all 7 of the units passed the annual capacity testing required. And on July 28th, they were dispatched. 2 registered units were dispatched for approximately 7 hours in real time. Unit offers to the market were updated in 2022 to make sure that our costs were covered for almost any scenario after a dispatch. The 7-hour dispatch allowed us to cover our input costs and realize another $9,000 in profit. Gas prices reduced GRDA contract and generation offer curves that all played a part. Next month will be our first negative PCA charge in a year. And our next meeting is September 10th at the Public Works building at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Strategic planning,
Nothing on the calendar.
Lake Advisory.
All right.
Okay.
We just met tonight. Got some really good news. Unofficially, we have got a grant from the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. So hopefully that will become official in the next couple weeks. But so things are looking up at the lake. Donations keep rolling in. The lake committee they've been doing such a great job out there. And Becky McMillan and Kenny Niehoff and Sam and Danny McMillan and countless others have put a lot of volunteer hours in. I think over 225 volunteer hours this year towards the lake. And so hopefully this project can take place in 27 once we get it all out to bid and all that good stuff. And the Lake Committee, I believe, is working on bringing you guys a special presentation of everything they've been doing and hopefully bringing the official letter for our first grant. And hopefully it's not our last grant and we keep putting more into the lake and making it a bright spot for generations to come for Baldwin. So
Awesome. How much is the grant for?
we're not, it's just a grant right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
Kenny,
Well, I'm just asking. Sometimes they're matching grants, sometimes
it is a matching grant, but it's a good one. And with what they've already fundraised, they have the matching funds for it. They think they're getting the full allotment, but the letter was vague. But what they have been told is we're most likely receiving the full amount that was asked for. But we will not know that officially until we get the actual letter. But Kenny wanted me to share the email that he got today.
What was the full amount that was asked for?
$30,000. And with that, and then more donations rolling in, we should be right there to fix the spillway. And so, yep. So we're finally been meeting for a year now. This is a year this month. So it took us a while, but we're going in the right direction, but it's because of the hard work of Becky and Danny and Sam and Kenny and Chris O'Neill and countless others. But Kenny's the one that's been doing all the grant writing and putting in a lot of hours with it. And so, I mean, it couldn't be possible without any of them, but it wouldn't be possible without Kenny Niehoff putting in the hard work for the grants, because grant writing, we all know, is not a fun task sometimes. And he has been just going after it, applying for grant after grant. And so I was really, really happy to see a lot of smiles on their face tonight when he announced the grant to them. And so
Very good.
shows their work's not for nothing, and we're gaining steam. So our next meeting
I
is,
might add on to that a little bit. Donations can be sent to Baldwin State Bank, and we're continuing to get donations all the time. So you can kind of think about that and maybe donate. So the other thing we were talking about were the disc golf baskets. We may have a chance to get some new ones for that. So.
Good.
yep.
Good. Good job by the Lake Advisory Committee and all those involved. Very good job.
Our next meeting is September 15th, 6 o'clock in the executive room. So
Thank you, Jay.
don't make us reschedule it.
Okay, now we come to the city administrator and staff comments section.
No, I have none at this time. Thank you.
Counselor?
Nope, nothing at this time.
Amber? No one? Council, mayor comments? Nothing from the council? Hey, you know me, I can't ever close a meeting without a comment. You know, this budget thing is very, very hard. It's not as easy as people seem to think that it is. To use this term, there's a lot of moving parts in this whole budget process. And you just can't go through and shut off, to use terms, one tap and open another one. There's a lot of balance and give and take. And I appreciate all the council members setting up here with the dedication to go through and deal with this. Because we all know sometimes that, maybe different opinions and different things, but thank you. You've committed to this, you're hanging in, I greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure the committee does too. Thank you very much. And do I have a motion to end the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Passes. We're done.